system. So let's look at a case study, right? So this is a generic enterprise architecture, right? Complex and large in nature. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of layers over here. We have internal facing apps like TMS, CMS, apps portal, consumed by kiosks, mobile devices, email, targeted on multiple platforms, Unix, Windows, the need to connect to multiple databases, the need to support, with queues like RabbitMQ. We have existing web services. So you could run into a situation, right? So there are a lot of advantages what you saw with Node.js. So the strategy that we employed was to target a cog of this whole beast, right? So we targeted just the TMS, a generic product, a translation management system, right? So we just targeted this part. You could run into a lot of challenges, right? So this is a legacy code and we wanted to modify it. So you could run into a lot of challenges convincing to use Node.js, right? So when we decided to implement this with Node.js, we had a whole bunch of questions. Can we support this on, do we have connectivity to MongoDB? Do we have connectivity to CouchDB? Can we get data from SQL? Can you connect to HPay? So you could run into a whole bunch of questions, right? The ability to connect to RabbitMQ. So convincing your boss is a different section altogether. But yes, Node.js does have a whole bunch of advantages. So we look at the small portion over here, the translation management system. So as you can see, as the architecture comes up on your screens, the TMS is consumed by a website and by mobile. So we have responsive web design support. The client side is pretty thin. So we have HTML5, JavaScript, CSS3, Ajax, JSON, and jQuery. In the WebPress layer, we have Node.js, Express.js, Jade, Stylus, a strong CSS preprocessor. We have the RabbitMQ. In the previous version of Node, we could not connect to the MS SQL, right? So right now, the new version does have the support to MS SQL as well. But we had two options. One was to use the existing .NET web service and connect to the MS SQL, or have a bridge. We have a bridge called edge.js, so which basically brings in line your entire code from .NET and makes it accessible under the JavaScript hood, which is something pretty awesome. And so what are the other features that you see here, right? So the ability to connect to multiple databases. We also have solution implemented for caching with HTML5 and session storage, and Node cache is something to again look at. So there are multiple use cases, right? So that was worked off in our application. So some of the use cases are static dynamic phrase management, rich search. So rich search essentially had the capability to see what is being searched right now. So, and we also had context sensitive help. So essentially this is the use case that helped us target a cog, like I said. So we did not try to build a system from bottom up, but we targeted a legacy system and utilized the advantages of Node.js, what it's best doing, right? So what are the takeaways?